Hello, welcome to CSC Sports. I'm your host, Jay Howard, and I have with me my co-host, Jerron Bland. Jerron, what's good?
What's going on, Jay?
Well, you know what's going on. My squad fell. The Spurs fell, man. You know what I mean? I'm really disappointed. Like, truly, to watch this happen 2 years in a row, dominating the West and falling from grace like that, you had the boys on the ropes, down 2-0, home court advantage, and you blow it. Man, I swear to God, the way I feel right now. I mean, I had to do this show because I got a vent. You know, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning almost here in Chicago, and I'm doing this show because I got a vent. I got to really get it off my chest because I am so upset with Gregg Popovich. I swear to God, Pop, oh my God. I'm gonna let you go first. What's your take on what happened, man?
Well, I know before the series started, I think I had picked the Thunder in six. I just thought that their young legs and athleticism would be a little bit too much for the Spurs. And it didn't look like that initially when the Spurs jumped out to that two-game lead. They looked like they were in control of the series, and people were talking about them as one of the all-time great teams. But I think Scott Brooks did a good job when they went back home from Game 3. He made a lot of adjustments. He changed the way he defended Tony Parker. And I don't know, the young legs won out. I was sort of surprised. I mean, once the Spurs went up 2-0, I thought the series was pretty much over. But OKC, they got their act together, and they made the adjustments and came back and pulled it out.
Man, you know what's sad to me is that Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker, they gave you everything that they could give you at their age, right? The problem was Gregg Popovich did not use his youth. And it happened 2 years in a row. And that's the only reason why the San Antonio Spurs lost to OKC. Other than, I'm going to give the Thunder credit, other than the fact that Scott Brooks was smart enough to take a page from Gregg Popovich on how to beat his own team. You know what I mean? How to beat, well, not to beat his own team, but how to beat the Spurs. And when I looked at the game tonight, and I saw the 13-point lead, or whatever it was, coming from halftime, and the start of the third quarter, he had the hottest guy on the team on the bench. Steven Jackson is younger than not younger than Tony Parker. He's younger than Ginobili. He's younger than Duncan. He had the hottest hand. Why is he on the bench to start the third quarter? Another thing I didn't like, he played Tony Parker and Tim Duncan for the whole entire third quarter. Then he rested them both at the start of the fourth quarter. I'm going to keep it real with you. I cannot blame one player on the Spurs team. They gave all they can give. But the same thing that destroyed the Spurs last year, it destroyed them again. Gregg Popovich got out-coached, and he did not use his youth. With a 13 or 15-point lead, whatever it was, if he would have put Matt Bonner out there, the Spurs had hit 9 threes. He should have put Matt Bonner in the game to give Tim Duncan a breather. Even if it was 2 or 3 minutes, give him a breather where he can keep the flow spreaded. And on top of that, he should have had Bonner in the game more because Bonner could have pulled one of the bigs out of the paint to give Duncan a more of a one-on-one matchup. I swear to God, I blame this disaster totally on Gregg Popovich. I swear to God. And I don't think I'm a diehard Spurs fan. Anybody that know me know I'm a diehard Spurs fan. I swear to you, it's over with. It's a nail in the coffin. Because the mind of Gregg Popovich is that I think that these guys, despite how old they are 48-minute guys in the clutch. They're not 48-minute guys. Not even Tony Parker. You know what I mean? He had enough depth to me to be able to beat the Thunder. And I mean, I'm just telling you, man, I think he blew it, and it's disgusting how he did it 2 years in a row. I mean, do you think they can recover from this?
I mean, I think they can. They have a chance. I mean, like you said, they have some nice pieces on the bench. Like during that 20-game win streak, That's what everybody was giving him credit for, like going 10 deep. And you're right, I don't think he took advantage of that in the last 4 games of the Oklahoma series. He pretty much stuck with his veterans for a little bit too long, so he didn't take advantage of the youth. I think that they're pretty much going to try to bring everybody back and try to make another run at it. And I think that like you say, Popovich is going to learn from his mistakes, and I think they're going to come back strong next year.
I don't think he learned from his mistakes. When I look at what Gregg Popovich did 2 years in a row, he has been doing this for the last 3 or 4 years. He even been doing it. I'm going to flip the role. I'm going to take what I said and I'm going to flip it. It was times I saw in the regular season where he should have played Tony Parker more to put people away. In this situation, with a lead, and you already know that Oklahoma City is going to press harder in the second half. And to me, that was Scott Brooks' game plan. You know what? Guys, do the best you can. I don't want any guys in foul trouble early in the game. After halftime, win or lose, we're going to press harder. We're going to clamp down. Because they knew in their hearts that Gregg Popovich was not going to take out his old dogs. He was not going to rest them. And that's the mindset of Gregg Popovich. Pop has this mindset where somewhere in his mind he has a marriage with Tony Parker. And he has a marriage with Tim Duncan that he puts everything on their shoulders. And this was said about it with those guys over the next 3 years. If they can get pieces for the future to back those guys up, the Spurs can still win. But the mindset of Gregg of Pop is what I think is tearing the Spurs apart as far as the regular season accomplishments, then getting in the playoffs and going home. The Spurs should be right now celebrating, waiting on Game 7, and I blame it totally on Gregg Popovich. I got the credit OKC for manning up. James Harden is a flat-out dog. Durant did his thing. He proved that he's one of the top scorers, if not the best shooter in the game. And Westbrook, he kind of grew too. Nobody's giving him credit because he didn't play real selfish in this series. So I just hate to say it, man. Just like I said at the start of the series, I took San Antonio, but I knew deep down inside that those 3 bigs were going to give them problems with clogging up that paint. And I figured, I said this too, that Scott Brooks was going to use all his intangibles. Normally, Pop is normally using all the intangibles. But he decided to go 6 deep. You know, and I just, man, to me, it's just something that being a Spurs fan, I'm going to have to live with. And I'm going to have to watch this thing fold. I mean, and just really be a bygone, man, because I think it's over with. I think that they still can compete, but I don't think Pop is ready to relinquish Tim Duncan yet. I mean, he preserved them, but he's not getting younger. You know what I mean? And he should have rested that man in that third quarter. So I'm going to wrap it up, man. What you think the Thunder going to do in the next round, in the finals?